Welcome back to News Now. After some confusion over a Supreme Court decision yesterday, the Attorney General's office wants to clarify that Raymond Tao, notoriously known for the Nimitz Hill home invasion, is not being released from prison. The Supreme Court dismissed a Superior Court decision which involved Raymond Tao, but that case had to do with the burglary of Q-Mart and had nothing to do with the Nimitz Hill case, which Tao was sentenced to 55 years for. The lower court had dismissed an indictment against Tao for the burglary case, citing the violation of his statutory rights because he was not brought before a judge within 48 hours of his arrest. However, the Supreme Court disagreed with the lower court because at the time Tao was arrested for the Q-Mart burglary, he was already incarcerated on a different case. Deputy Attorney General Phil Tydenko. So this is actually good news.
Good news. This is a very favorable decision for the Office of the Attorney General as well as for the community. Some of the victims who had contacted us, I guess they had read or heard the story and misunderstood, I guess perhaps, the press release by the Guam Supreme Court. But what we want to assure the victims in his other cases, he's not going anywhere. He's been sentenced to at least 55 years. So this is just a separate burglary case.
Not getting out.
No.
Not getting out anytime soon.
No.
And not a threat to society.
Even if, for another reason, the burglary case was dismissed, he still remains in prison because he has to serve at least 55 years.
Tydenko says now that the burglary case is back in Superior Court, they intend to move forward with the burglary charges against Tao.
The public auditor was not able to audit hotel occupancy taxes properly because the Department of Revenue and Taxation won't give them all the information they need, citing a law that protects taxpayer information. The OPA couldn't even confirm exactly how many hotels there are on Guam.
Okay, the universe is small, less than 50 hotels. It would, if we had seen the history, who's been paying every month, what month is missing, we could have been in and out, by just looking at the data.
The problem is the Department of Revenue and Taxation wouldn't give the public auditor the data, making their audit essentially impossible to complete. Instead, DRT gave them redacted or censored information, citing a law that says taxpayer information is confidential.
I mean, even trying to reconcile the numbers of hotel was 4 different sources, 4 different numbers. Nobody, everybody has a different number as to how many hotels there are. Something as basic as that.
And without all the proper information, the OPA couldn't even tell if all of Guam's hotels were paying their taxes.
When we're trying to verify, such as the uncollected receivables of, the hot tax, we couldn't verify who still owes.
They had problems determining whether or not hotels were claiming tax exemptions properly.
We couldn't readily identify what exemptions these taxpayers were claiming because it was just a column that said exemptions.
They were able to find out what appears to be a hotel that was claiming double exemptions.
One of the hotels, they called it Hotel 9, and so that hotel, for whatever reason, it was claiming the same identical exemption for both the GRT as well as on the hot. We thought it was odd that why would a taxpayer be claiming an exemption for GRT as well as for hot.
In addition to this, they found that some hotels were claiming and paying the wrong rate for hotel occupancy taxes. Some were paying less than they should have.
And the OPA is recommending that the legislature clarify the law and allow the public auditor full access to taxpayer returns in order to audit things like the collection of hotel occupancy tax.
Korea's top sommelier is on Guam. Kong Seong-sik is being featured at the Lotte Hotel's Wine and Dine at La Seine this Friday, December the 5th. Mr. Kong has 23 years of experience and expertise with wine. He won first place for the French Wine Sommelier Contest held by Sopexa, which is a French food and wine marketing group. In 2006, he won the Korean Best Sommelier for French Wine Award. He has won a couple of the top 3 wine credentials in France and has even served as a food and wine beverage consultant for G20 International Nuclear Security Summit. So why is he in Guam?
He wanted to visit Guam, especially because wine derives from nature, the grapes, and history of the Chamorro culture is very long, and they've been interacting with the nature, the environment. So I think Guam can share the love for the wine culture, and he's here to spread that love to everyone.
Lote's fine chefs are also a major part of the Wine and Dine at Lasagne event.
We have a different station. We have the fish station, we have the salad station, we have a pasta station, we have a carving station, and the hot pantry.
Mr. Kong will also be featured at the Lotte Hotel on Saturday at an exclusive Francis Ford Coppola VIP dinner at Charlotte.
Recent high school fight videos going viral online will be the subject of a Parent-Teacher Association meeting tomorrow night at Tizen High School's cafeteria. In a press release issued by PASTA, or the Parent Alumni Student Teacher Association, President Denise Mendiola Hertzlet invites the community to attend the meeting, saying, quote, "We need the help of all our parents and guardians because their voices and participation are critical to the success of our students. Students will also be presenting ideas for their preferred school logo, and vendors will also be there to present proposed school uniforms." The meeting begins at 6 p.m., but doors will open at 5:30 p.m. for the association's monthly Pasta Dinner fundraiser.